We will now open the floor with the commissioners to discuss, contribute, make comments, or whatever they would like to make.
My feeling has always been
that I did not try to make up my mind until we heard from the public. I'm still in favor, Madam Chair, of the level 1 budget.
And
hope that the rest of the board can see that, and I'm opposed to alternate 1. The specific reason why it does create...
we've already talked about in this level 1. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I believe that we need to live within our means. But I'm not even going to go into detail pertaining to that.
Remember, you got your pot house. You got all of your...
For most of us, it doesn't mean much. Whether you like it or not.
But we don't see eye to eye. I'm a firm believer that you
got to live within your means.
I believe that Pitt County government needs to learn to live within...
Mark my word. I fought in World War II.
$21 a month.
I won't go that. That's a long story.
The manager, of course, I want to correct you, Mr. Manager. You said when you were talking about part-time, that all the departments don't have to have tax.
And let me say this to you.
Belford does not have tax. Railroad does not have to have tax.
I am opposed to it, and and you're going to find out that I'm right. Did you know that? But anyway, that's beside the point, and that is the reason, so to speak, that I didn't have it exactly right. But anyway, that's the reason for that I will vote for.
I cannot support this proposal. I can't see a tax increase from our heart that $272.
Let me go on and tell you another thing. Several $1,000. Not. You know why? Because the state has rules that you got to go out there and put it out. It's a bunch of junk. How many? Forgive me, I'll be quiet.
I have always maintained that, and I continue to maintain that logic. I maintain the fact that GPAC for $3,500, we should support that organization and keep that keep them on the air. 31,000, 41,000. We could probably save some money. I don't know whether this has been explored, but I just think that should be pursued.
I think this is one of the hardest budgets in the nation and the world. Now these are hard words to say. I know in my mind the $100 million, but I cannot justify.
As I have stated earlier, and that has worked well. 4.4 cents, rating of 6, 7 contacts, don't increase my taxes. I just don't see it that way. I have listened very carefully. My compromise to not have a tax increase, I'm okay with that.
It's most difficult to arrive at a decision, and as I told the county manager, we can make additional adjustments.
And he would buy you a car, a brand new one, a tax increase.
It only kicks the can down the road. We make a tough decision, but we really need to rip the Band-Aid and do it. It's $2 a month, and I'm part of that 30%. We rank 95th, and it honestly doesn't go far enough.
3-person.
Now, I must say, once you hear in terms of what he's done some research on.
I can vote any way I want to.
We are putting this off for 365 days.
Well, is it going to be restricted just for cars?
Have you thought about that?
It's a quarter.
You can call it a quarter or any whatever you want to call it.
Is we're talking about real numbers, and real numbers is a quarter. It's a piece of bubble gum a month.
So if you vote for it, either one of these, you're going to be voting for a tax increase. Is that correct? Okay, that's all I want to know.
And We were not elected to kick the can down the road. We were elected to deal with it. It doesn't handle the needs of the county.
I know we think about long-term planning, long-range planning, long-range financing.
Even if we voted for something.
But again, on this
Mr.
motion.
James, would you like to speak?
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
This
James.
motion that we'll be voting on now, again, you will be raising your taxes.
I like to make that in the form of a motion that we do that.
And so I think the first thing you need to do before you modify a budget is adopt a budget.
Also, to support $3,500 for GPAC. However the manager can do that, I'm suggesting that he does
Okay,
that.
that's your motion. And did we get a second?
I second.
Okay, we got a second. Okay.
So there's still a difference between that $12,500 and $16,000 that we had been appropriating in the past of $3,500.
We do not have to adopt a budget tonight.
We're going to have to fire people.
I guess this is kind of the year is what I'm trying to say.
Scott and I have held staff down, have held vacancies, have said don't buy that, don't travel there, till we are at a point where staff morale is in the gutter. Staff cannot keep going without some direction for the future.
I've been telling you for 3 years. I've been telling you for 1 year I wasn't voting for a tax increase. And I asked you to bring a budget back saying that. But no budget was brought back for that.
Level 2 budget. You had a level 2 budget that accomplished that goal.
But I still am not satisfied because I believe that there are other ways that we can bring in more revenue and so forth. But
we've got to make systemic changes to the size and shape of our operation. What is it we want to do in Pitt County and be in Pitt County?
I move that we adjourn.
We are totally split.
You are recessing.
I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
No, we just recessed, so we're already done. Just recessed, so you don't need to adjourn. No, you're done.